Newly minted college football coach Bill Belichick has added 2 more coaches to his staff, and special teams coach Michael Prefer and offensive line coach Will Friend. But the real question is, if he fails at North Carolina, does this taint his legacy? I say yes. And while I am happy that he's in college football, if it doesn't work out, it's only going to add to the narrative that he wasn't really the catalyst for all those Super Bowls. It truly was Tom Brady. Now, college football is supposedly beneath the level of the NFL when it comes to how hard it is to coach or win, and the haters will only get louder if it falls off the rails in Chapel Hill, and it definitely could. Now, personally, I don't know why he decided to do it, and when you add up all the factors with Belichick lately, it's starting to seem like he may be going through a late-life crisis. He's 72 years old, decided to go back to college, and he's dating a 24-year-old. All he's missing is a new Corvette, a puka shell necklace, and those tinted Oakleys. What's the upside? If you have success in college, it was expected. After all, you're Bill Belichick. But if it goes down in flames, your legacy is going to take a hit. And please don't confuse this with Nick Saban or Steve Spurrier, who dominated college football and then flamed out in the league. This is a step down in some eyes for Bill, and for a guy that could have gotten another NFL job eventually, he may still, or been a smash hit in the media rounds, I really don't get it. But I do wish him the best, and it's going to be really interesting. But he could go from potential GOAT to the guy who stole Adam Sandler's girlfriend in Big Daddy with a 5-year plan at Hooters as a cook. Somebody else who cooks, not at Hooters, but just in general. David Cohn, do you think if he does mess up, if it doesn't go well, whether it's really ugly or just ugly, this will affect his legacy maybe even more than what happened in the NFL later in his career?
I would love to sit here and say that Bill Belichick, with 6 Super Bowl wins as a head coach and 9 appearances and another 2 Super Bowl wins as a defensive coordinator, I would love to say, man, that's way more than enough to already cement your legacy. You can go down to the college level and do whatever, and that's not going to hurt your legacy at all. But people really do remember how it ends, man. People remember how it ends. Like ending on top and what have you done for me lately really is a real thing. That's why John Elway is held in such high esteem despite losing 3 Super Bowls, because he won back-to-back and then left. The way Jordan ended with Chicago, that matters to people. I don't count the Wizards, okay?
Owner or player?
Yeah. So yes, I mean, think about it this way. Bill Belichick, when he was coaching the Cleveland Browns, had a losing record. Bill Belichick, when coaching the Patriots, without Tom Brady, had a losing record. So it's already taken a hit. It's not like he just won a Super Bowl with the Patriots and that's set aside and now we're just trying something new. He just got fired from the Patriots. So I actually have respect for him going to the college level.
I do too.
I like that he said, you know what, I'd rather coach at this X school rather than take an NFL job where I'm not going to get along with the owner. I still assume that he could have gotten an NFL job if he really, really wanted one. So yes, I see it as, you know, if after the way it ended in New England, if you go 7-5 back-to-back seasons and then retire, that's not good. That's not good. But I also don't believe there's no upside. I think if he wins a national championship at North Carolina or even plays for a national championship, that would be significant at a school like North Carolina.
What do you think?
Well, are we sure he's going to be the head coach of North Carolina this year?
Well, I saw the reports you're talking
his
about.
Contract?
I saw because I think there's a chance that if the right NFL job opened, that he possibly could take it, and there's some gray area, obviously, in that contract that is unsigned. But let's run the ground ball out for the good people out there. Do you think a legacy that is built up on, and David gave you the numbers, I mean, they're impressive. I mean, say what you want about Tom Brady. But if he goes in and it all burns down in Chapel Hill, will there be more questions and more negativity thrown his way about the whole thing, or is it just a one-off?
Of course. I mean, if you watch a movie, what do you remember most about it? It's the end. I mean, that's what people do, and I think this was a stupid thing to do in the first place. The last time we talked about it, not only did you take a college job, which is way different than the NFL, you went to a basketball school. You took a college job at a basketball school, which I would – what has North Carolina won in basketball? But now, since it's Bill Belichick, what are they going to be expecting? They're going to be expecting a national championship and nothing less. So this was a stupid move by Bill Belichick. That's why I think he's going to end up back in the NFL before he coaches at North Carolina.
What you think he has? Do you think that's just because he had this kind of planned all along, or because it's buyer's remorse?
Probably buyer's remorse.
Like he's there already. He's like, I don't like this.
It's just like you have to deal with owners. You're going to have to deal with boosters. You're going to have to deal with ADs. Like there's plenty of different stuff. Yeah, you're going to have to. And what is Bill Belichick like? What is any head coach like? Control. You want control over every little thing. You have less control in college.
Well, forget the owners and or the boosters and those people. He's going to have to deal with 18-year-olds.
So do you think that he would take any NFL job? Do you think the only thing that's keeping him from being in the NFL right now is a job offer hadn't come through? Or do you think that he is showing discernment here and he would only take the right job with the right owner?
I would just be speculating, but I think it would have to be the right job. I think it would have to be. And to all the people out there that say, look, it's North Carolina. You go 8-4, they'll love you. No. That's not what this is.
Not when you're a 6-time Super Bowl.
Not when you pay the money that you paid to get Bill Belichick and his family, and you pumped all this money into the NIL space, which they did in football. I mean, there's some guys that cover college basketball that like North Carolina that are pissed off they didn't spend that money in basketball. They're like, you mean to tell me that they're going to pump all this money into football for NIL and this and Bill Belichick, but North Carolina don't have a big man?
Yeah.
Doesn't have a center to play? So to your point, they're expecting big things. They're looking at Fran Brown and Syracuse right now and saying, why can't we do that? Like, because the ACC is gettable right now. Mm-hmm. It's as gettable as it has been in a while. We're going to talk about that in a little bit with Tom Allen going to Clemson. I think there's some parallels there. But they are not expecting 8-4. That isn't good enough. But Blaine, I want to push back on something you said. Yes, they are a basketball school. And you're actually wearing North Carolina clothes right there. Kind of comes up pretty good. But some of these guys want the fixer-upper. They want to go in there and be the guy that's that change agent. It's like the opposite of Kalen DeBoer. Kalen DeBoer is going to a machine that was already built that there's no way you can run it better than it was run. And I think it's going to cost him in the long run. Bill Belichick could end up being the guy that made that change. Look at the way Signetti's looked at Indiana. You want to talk about shifting a basketball school to a football school? Okay, Indiana's a basketball school. Well, Kurt Signetti, Mom Spaghetti, just went 11-1 and got him in the playoffs. He's basically God walking around that place right now. So if you are Bill Belichick,
expected that out of Kurt Signetti.
That's fine.
They're going to expect that out of Bill Belichick, and that's fine if you want to go to a fixer-upper. I'm fine with that. But can you go to one with a little bit of tradition to it? That's actually won something.
But then it's not really that much of a fixer.
It's still going to be a fixer-upper. I mean, hell, Nebraska's a fixer-upper at this point, and they won 16 national championships.
I don't know if he's seen it as a fixer-upper. I mean, I agree with the point that you're landing on, but maybe a little different on how you got there. Because with North Carolina specifically, I mean, to Blaine's point, the college game has changed so much. 8 years ago, this would be an outside-the-box move. But now when kids are making their decision based on NIL, in North Carolina, a Jordan brand school is going to put so much money in it. Maybe Bill Belichick is not looking at this like, man, a fixer-upper, the expectations won't be so high because I don't think he's going to be the coach there in 8 or 10 years like it would take to like truly fix up a program. He's just saying, look, they're in the ACC. The ACC champ just won 9 games, lost 3 games, and made it to the college football playoff. I can win this conference, to your point, and they have the money. Yeah, the expectations won't be quite so high, but look, he coached Lawrence Taylor, right? Get Lawrence Taylor on campus. Get Michael Jordan on campus. Let them be the personalities who can help land you a lot of recruits, because Belichick's personality can certainly be a little bit prickly, and say like, hey, we're going to spend the money. I'm going to treat this like an NFL roster. He already said what? He's treating it like a pipeline.
He said his strategy is he wants to build a pipeline to the NFL. Wow. What an amazing strategy. You mean like every other coach out there? I get that North Carolina's not just pumping everybody into the NFL, but every coach in college wants to build a pipeline to the NFL because it does 2 things. One, it helps you in recruiting. Nick Saban talked about this all the time. His best recruiting pitch was putting that spreadsheet about how much money all the running backs had made when he's recruiting a 5-star running back in the NFL. And to win, you need really good players. To win at this level, no offense to Mount Union, but this ain't that. This ain't NAIA. This is Power 5, high-level Division I college football. You need NFL players. So I know, again, I guess he didn't come out and say, well, I've got this new strategy. Let's get all these NFL players and build a pipeline. Was the juice worth the squeeze?
All I'm saying is he's not having to convince high school and transfer portal recruits, come to a traditional basketball school and pick North Carolina over Alabama just because I'm Bill Belichick. He can say that and say, also, we can pay you as much in NIL as these other schools.
Well, I want to get to the 10 in a second, but do you think Hubert Davis, the basketball coach at North Carolina, Obviously, he's going to go in the media and be like, yeah, Bill Belichick, let's go. I'm supporting the football team. Do you think part of him in the back of his mind's like, damn it. Like, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Just like Mike Woodson in Indiana, watching Curt Cignetti ball. Like, yeah, he's like, yeah, man, great job, football. God almighty, we're going to have to win a national championship. And Mike Woodson, that's going down in flames. I've always wondered that because you got to make good in, like, public and stuff like that. I don't know. I think they announced this, and Hubert Davis may have had a couple libations. Let's just put it
I mean, you can never be excited about losing money. And that's what technically you're doing. If they're pumping all this money.
Well, they are.
Into the program, I mean, is it a type of thing where Belichick, maybe, just maybe a diamond in the rough type of situation? Maybe you go out in the middle of Texas and you struck oil at North Carolina. I mean, Jordan's a huge brand. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter who the coach is. It really doesn't matter what the logo says next to your team. Is it how much money can you pay me?
Yeah.
And I think they could probably get that done.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? Want to get to 200,000 subs. Let's make it happen because I believe in you.